Hey, Grant Hubbard here with another Gutter Growth podcast. I got my friend, Ryan. He's the owner of RG Exteriors. What's going on, bro?
What's happening, man? Just hanging out, finishing up our
Oh,
work day.
yeah, speaking of work days, I know you were somewhere today. I was over there today too. And we're getting a bag with our boys, huh?
Yeah. Great
Figured you'd
company.
like this.
When I spoke with those guys over there, and my rep, and I met with the regional manager. They had all the stuff laid out, and I tell you what, those guys over at Spectra, they really care about their customers, man. They the things that they do for them is crazy. But I'm
Cool.
kind of jealous of that cooler that you got there.
You got one. You got one coming, bro.
Oh, it's coming.
You got one coming. You know that. So let's dive right in. There's a lot of people that are gonna be watching this that don't know who you are, where you're from, what you're doing. So who are you? You got a baby.
Yeah. Did you hear
A
him?
little baby. Of course. I already know. I know the family.
Well,
So
I'm Ryan. My name's Ryan. I own RG Exterior here in Central Florida. Believe it or not, I haven't actually been in the gutters industry as long as what a lot of you guys have. When I started doing gutters, I didn't think that it was going to lead to where it is today. With the people that I met and the relationships that I've made, and then my fiance, God bless her, she's been a stronghold and a backbone for this company and has pushed me to do the things that we do today. But I think overall, from when I started doing gutters, one thing that has taught me the most is self-discipline, because before this, I've never been a business owner. I was always a blue collar worker. But
what were you doing
really
before
had to.
this?
What's that?
What were you doing before this?
I was a commercial fisherman. I did commercial fishing for 6 years.
Yeah,
I did commercial fishing for 6 years. I was running my own boat. And with meeting my fiance and whatnot, and chasing a dream that I had to be my own boss one day, led to where we're at today. And I tell everybody when I talk about my business, how much I actually genuinely enjoy being in the field doing gutters. I have fun. Hanging gutters is fun. It's we put a lot of passion and pride into our work, and it's just, I don't know, the feeling you get when you get done with a really cool project. You're walking off site and you just, when you have a real nice car and every time you get out of it, you got to turn around and look at it. And that's my ride. We do that to our houses, so it's super cool.
This podcast is sponsored by One Gutter Guard, the premium gutter guard that delivers the highest performance, quality, and value to your customers. From its different mesh filters to its unibody construction, One Gutter Guard can be the difference maker in your business. Are you interested in becoming part of the exclusive dealer network? Contact them today at onegutterguard.com or just give them a call. Now back to our show. What inspired you to get into the gutter industry?
Well, I actually had a friend back home in Ohio, Trevor. He owns Premier Seamless Gutters.
Mm-hmm. Did he end up making it down to Florida?
Yeah. He's working his way down here. He's slammed with work up there right now. So we've talked, and I told him, I said, hey, don't worry about the Florida
busting his chops. You love busting his chops. Right?
I always got to bust him, man.
I seen you capping on him the other day about what'd you say? $1,300.
The fuel prices, yeah. But no, Trevor's a good guy. Yeah. He's really busy up there. He wants to come to Florida, but I told him, something that I took from GutterCon. Make sure that the business that he's got in Ohio is 100% turnkey, rinse and repeat type deal before you try to, move and open up something down here, because it's just going to be too much of a hassle. And I think that he's really taken that and stuck with it. And he's doing big things up there in Ohio. So he came down and he was like, dude, you got to get into the gutter industry. He came down to my place, stayed down here for a week, bought a machine, and he taught me how to run the machine. And ever since then, it's just been, wheels off the ground, taking flight from there. So
yeah, you have definitely taken flight. Definitely taking flight. So last year, you took absolute flight. I don't remember.
Yeah, we did some numbers last year. Granted, we had the storm, and a lot of people think that, us guys here in Florida, we pray for storms and stuff like that. We don't ever like seeing anybody get hurt or going through what they go through. And actually our business, we did almost $90,000 in free charity work before we started, before the rebuild process started. And I paid for everything out of my pocket. We had our, our boats and jet skis out. We had our dump trailers down there. We had excavators down there clearing out all of the debris and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then once the rebuild process starts, and everybody's kind of getting back up on their feet and starting to rebuild what had happened, that's when we really started focusing on, okay, now let's get with these insurance companies. Let's see what we can do.
It's time to make some money. Yeah.
Yeah. It's time to make some money. So we partnered with FEMA, and that was really big. That was cool.
Yeah,
getting contracts with them.
Tell the people really quick about that. I know what that process looks like.
I mean, it's like a big application.
It's like $5,000 or something to
apply.
It's
right? Like a $4,900 application fee, a really long application process. Once you get granted that, you get put on pretty much like a list. And then once that list goes through, if there's any type of government work, government buildings that operate through FEMA, through them, you're on that list for that work. And then FEMA also works with insurance companies, and then FEMA will also cut individual checks to homeowners called the FEMA checks. Once they get them FEMA checks, they give homeowners a list of recommendations, which are the companies that are listed under FEMA for, certain work, and whatever field that they're looking for. And it kind of just took off from there, man. And after that, it was more or less just word of mouth, and it spread like a wildfire, and we were one of the companies that was staying true to our price. We didn't jack our prices up during the hurricane. We stayed true. We're still at that same price right now, currently. So, yeah. And then
those are like you said, it's unfortunate for people, being from Florida. I know all about the storms, and I was out Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane Sandy. We have several in Houston on, this coast of Texas. And it's definitely, I've had to live through them. It's when all your trees get tore up, if your house doesn't get messed up, but everything outside just gets damaged. It's really unfortunate, but at the end of the day, that's part of the Earth's circle.
Exactly.
Cycle, and then we get to capitalize after it. We happen to be in the right industry, and it's a lot of work.
Right. Exactly. And a lot of people will look at us like we're stealing money from the people, but really we're doing what we have to do to provide for our family as well. So and
I think there's a difference too, like you said, when you're not gouging, right? And you're local. And see, you're local. Like, and you might not be local to that specific city, but you're a local Floridian.
And it's been almost 2 years now since Hurricane Ian. And to believe it or not, we're still in contracts down in Southwest Florida right now, hoping to be finished up within the next month. But we are still currently doing work from that hurricane this far out. And we receive a lot of phone calls day after day. My phone is ringing for, we've been recommended by such and such. And, the Facebook groups, you go in there and search RG Exterior, it's going to fill your page with, recommendations. So really am grateful for the people that we have done work for that really see the value in our company, that can spread that word for us, So
that's fantastic. I want to segue directly into the last topic that me and Tim talked about. I don't even know if you had a chance to see it. We literally just released a podcast maybe 30 minutes before me and you got on, maybe an hour ago. And it's me and Tim. It's just one of us chopping it up. And we're talking about making the most out of a lead. So we can't see all of your banner back there, and that's fine. But would you turn around and just read it to us, what it says?
Yeah. So, you've got the RG Exterior logo over here. We offer seamless.
And that's you and your wife, right? I have to assume that's you.
Yeah. So, and it kind of flows well. We didn't really know what we wanted to call the company. I didn't want to specifically, do such and such gutters, because we want it to be much more than that. We wanted to use gutters as a stepping stone, more or less. But we knew that we were capable of more than that. So we decided to go with RG Exterior. My name is Ryan. Her name's Georgia. So we went with RG Exterior. We provide, a lot of exterior finish work in the aluminum industry. But
so what's that say?
What's that?
What's it say from what we read the
whole thing? So it says seamless gutters, soffit fascia repairs, patio lanais, and more. So we do everything from, all of your gutters. We do soffit, we do custom fascia. We have a metal break. We break all of our own fascia. We do custom patio lanais. We do carports. Like right now, we're doing a huge contract right now in Southwest Florida with carports. They're 100 feet long. They're 10-spot carports.
How you liking that
condo complex? What's that?
How you liking that money?
Oh, it's great. I mean, the return
I
on
mean, this
those
is
are
a
just,
gutter. Yeah, this is the gutter growth podcast. I mean,
yeah, yeah.
we're
So
talking about money here.
yeah, so the return on them is ridiculous. I mean, if you want me to put numbers out there, I can put numbers out there for you. I mean,
Well, let's talk about it. I think we'll get to that part. But yeah,
yeah.
right now you're killing that. I know that's keeping you busy.
Oh yeah,
And I
yeah,
like
yeah.
I
It's
like the way that you can that's a little separate, the carports,
hmm
but just the fact that when you get a call for gutters, you're
hmm
able to expand on that one lead
Yep.
and offer them gutters,
Yeah,
soffit, fascia, some
exactly.
repair.
And
And I
you
know
know, a
you and
lot
your
of that,
capabilities, if they wanted a carport over their driveway, you're doing
right.
it like for sure.
And it's not even, I mean, the carports are nice, but you got to think about those carports, they need gutters, you know, and a lot of these guys, they don't
Yeah.
offer that roll form gutter or extrusion gutter or T gutter or anything like that,
Yep.
you know. We got that.
You got
We
that.
handle all of that. So we take care of that.
Tell people how to reach out to you real quick before we get
Yeah,
too
you guys
far.
find us. You know, we're on Facebook, huge. Um, we obviously we have our QR codes on everything on all of our
Yep.
vehicles.
What's your
Um,
website?
so we're actually in the process of
Or
working
I'm
on a
sorry.
website.
Yeah, what's a good way to reach out to you? Got a email address or a phone
Yeah, yeah,
number
yeah.
where you
Our
want to
email
give it?
address is rgexterior1@gmail.com. Our
Okay.
Facebook, we're RG Exterior. You know, you guys look around online, you type it in, you're gonna see it, you'll see us pop up.
Yep. You're gonna find them.
Yeah, you'll find us for sure.
And
Back
I
to the
know you're
website thing.
growing right now. You're getting
Yeah,
ready
we're
to get
growing,
the
and
website
then
popping.
I haven't pulled the trigger on a website yet. Like I said, we're a second year business right now. I haven't pulled the trigger
Yep.
on a website just because I'm a businessman. I'm a business owner. I'm looking to see where my money is going to be best at. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at multiple avenues for you know
Yep.
for websites and stuff like that. So I know there's some
Mr.
great guys
Pipeline.
out there.
It's all right though. It's all right, Mr.
Yeah.
Pipeline.
So
But and you've been listen, I know you and you're cash flow positive. You're doing really
yeah, yeah,
well.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I'm not gonna push you, I coach, obviously I coach. And
yeah,
there's just some things you don't need to push people into. Like
yeah, yeah.
if we got you going right now on a website, you're gonna have to hire a ton more people. And I like where you're at. And I think you like where you're
Yeah,
at. You'll
yeah.
do it.
And
You know
I
what
think
you're
that where I'm
doing.
at right now, we're busy and I'm not overwhelmed, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
not busy, if you get
Yep.
what I'm saying.
No,
So
100%. Don't spend the money
and
right
I
now.
started this company, you know, from the ground up. I wore all the hats. I remember when I was doing payroll myself, I did the
I remember
scheduling
when you
myself.
was calling me.
Yeah, I was
That's
calling
how
you,
we
and I was
met.
like, man, I'm swamped with work. I'm doing the scheduling, material handling,
Yeah.
material ordering. I'm doing the estimates. I'm doing the installs. You know, there was a time where my first year in business, I was working 7 days a week, 15 hours a day. I missed my son's being born. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but my fiance, she was okay with that. She knew that there was a bigger picture.
Yep.
So, and that's what we're pushing towards every day.
You're keeping it rolling. Tell us a little bit about what it says at the bottom there.
So we are veteran owned and operated. I served in the United States military. Um, you know, and
Thank
a
you,
lot of
Ryan.
stuff that I put in. What's that?
Thank you. We
Yeah. Oh
appreciate
yeah.
that. Me
Thank
and my
you.
family. Hey,
A
we
lot of stuff.
look at this. Where
Oh,
how the hell did this thing get on there, man?
that's cool,
Listen,
man.
you're such a generous guy.
Yeah,
God's gonna
and I
continue to
want to
bless
see,
you and
and I
your
know that
family.
sometimes I might come off as, you know, I'm a real bubbly guy, man. I don't take anything I say to heart. You know, if
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna
do,
criticize you,
it's all good.
if I'm gonna criticize you, I'm gonna criticize you. But
Mm-hmm.
there's no hate in that. You know,
No.
there's no animosity between that criticism. Um,
Yep.
I'm a firm believer in you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. You know, you ask stupid questions, you get
Absolutely.
stupid answers. So um,
Absolutely.
I was in a lot of these guys' shoes at one point when I first started, but um, you know, the common
You
sense that I
took
had to
Yeah, you
reach
had
out
some
to
different common
experts.
sense.
Yeah,
Yes.
you know, to reach out to the experts directly, because I didn't want to be made fun of. I didn't want people to bash me or talk, you know, say anything bad about me. Like, why are you even doing this? Why are you in this field if you don't know what you're doing?
Yep.
Um, but everybody starts somewhere, you know, and
100%.
I think that you know there's people out here that give us guys a bad name. You know, this industry, and there's people out here that make this industry what it is today. You know, like you,
Yeah.
Tim, all of those guys. So it's you got that everywhere. Everywhere you work in every line of work, you're gonna have that. So it's whether just being able to weed through those and
Yep.
you know find your niche in the industry. So
Tell me this, out of the items, and I know you do an array of things and you're going to continue to do an array of
yeah,
things, and I'll always support you in that. But out of seamless gutters, soffit, fascia, patio lanais, and what was the other one that you're doing? The
carports.
carport.
Yeah.
Which one, if you know, lightning bolt came down and said you can only do one, which one would you do?
Seamless gutters all day long for
The margins,
100%
right?
seamless gutters.
Other than hitting a lick on some stuff, right? I think margins on seamless gutters is well.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
when I
And
mean
it's,
hitting a lick, I just mean like a storm or
yeah.
something
And the
crazy
seamless
where the
gutters, I mean, it's an artwork, man. It's something that not
Mhm.
everybody can do. And,
You like to
once you
use
get it
box
down,
miters, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
what's
You're a
that?
box miter. You guys are a box miter company.
Don't ever say that again
He
to me.
said he froze. You know damn well I know what
You know better than
I
that.
know.
And nothing
So I
against the
love
box
that.
miter guys.
No, no,
Nothing,
no.
nothing against those
To
guys.
each their
You
own.
know,
You
like I
guys
said, you
hand
do
tap.
what
You're a
you
Florida
guys
guy.
do. If it's making you money, by all means, go do it.
I've
I
always
don't
bought it
find
too,
it
but I'm not.
logical.
Yeah,
I don't find it
so
logical for me to
expensive.
go put a
It's so
$25 corner on it.
expensive.
I don't find it logical for me to go put a $25 corner on a house and charge 35 for it when I'm charging $45 per miter for my miters right now, and they're
You
either
know.
hand cut or they're strip mitered.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't. Why can I capitalize on a $40 profit for charge? You know, for putting
Yeah,
in.
it's kind of wild.
So,
But
yeah, yeah. Don't ever say
definitely
that.
yeah, no, definitely to each their own. So seamless gutters. When you bought your first machine, I want to talk quickly about
Yeah,
that very first day, that very
yeah,
first job. When you know, and Trevin, that was cool that you gave him the
yeah,
credit he deserved, right? Everybody was taught by somebody for the most part. I'm sure 99%
yeah.
of us. But when you got your first machine and you picked it up and you loaded that coil and you saw, not for the first time, I'm sure, because you probably YouTubed and stuff, but you and your friends with Trevin, he had got, but when it came out and you knew that it was go time and you were about to collect a check for the first time, being your own man, what was your thoughts that went through your head? I mean, was there
Um,
anxiety, or were you like, man, this is gonna be so easy? Like as
I mean,
far
dude,
as pushing
I
the
was
buttons.
full of emotion. The first house that I did, actually, Trevin was with me on it. And it was really cool because I got the option of choosing kind of what I wanted to do to kind of. The homeowner didn't know what color, what color house he wanted. He almost had like a mint colored house.
Oh,
Um, and
okay,
I
yeah.
said, let me take care of this for you. I said, let me do this
With
for
that
you.
cream on there for
I
him or
said,
something?
if you don't like it, I said, I'll take it all down and we'll replace it
Right?
with the other color. You know what?
Yeah.
So I did.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
decided to go with black. He
Oh,
had
that's
a new
sexy.
black shingle
Yeah.
roof with black drip edge. So we went with
That's
black, and his wife came out and she absolutely loved it. She was in love with it.
yes.
So it was like, it was the coolest, it was such a good feeling. But then I was like walking around with anxiety, like making sure everything was like all my T's were crossed and my I's were dotted,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I couldn't take enough pictures. I can tell you that.
Of course. I'm a picture guy, you know
I mean,
that. Yeah.
it was cool. And it
So
wasn't
that
like that. It was the first couple houses. It was like that.
yeah.
I had that. I had to learn
I
how to
still get
trust
the
my work.
feeling.
Yeah,
I
I had to
still
learn how
get
to
the
trust my
feeling.
own work.
Uh-huh.
Because I
Yeah,
didn't
you
want to be
like to
that
do
guy that's
things.
getting called
Yeah.
back.
You like to do things very well. I remember
Yeah.
you'd call me, and obviously there's a time difference here. It's only an hour. You're in Florida, I'm in
Mhm.
Texas, but you call me like 9:30, 10 o'clock. We talk till midnight or
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
And
2 hour
I gotta
phone
be up in
calls.
like 3.5, 4 hours. You're showing
Yep.
me stuff. And man, I was like, I'd get off the phone and I'd tell my wife, like, Ryan's gonna be so successful.
Yeah,
And
and
obviously I
that's the
still
goal.
believe that, yeah.
And that's nobody starts a business and opens a business to do it for fun or for practice.
Right.
And I've said it. I'm guilty of it myself. I've said it. It's not all about the money, but at the end of the day, it is about the money and it is about growing. Now,
Of
obviously, you
course.
don't want to focus strictly on just making money. You do that, then that's going to be the number one way you're going to go broke and lose your business. But what I've learned over the time of it all is to that the networks and the relationships you build are far more important, and they'll bring you far much more money than what going out and hanging some gutters will do. Um, you know, so that
Talk
right
about that a
there,
little bit. How important is the networking,
very
like,
important. I mean, Grant, I wouldn't be sitting here today if it wasn't for networking with you and the people that I have.
yeah.
And not to ride on your wagon, but there's a lot of things that you have taught me, and and helped me work through. Speaking of which, like the network, when we made that connection, and you gave me some advice. I remember a time I called you on a job. We had a bay miter job, and it was like 6 or 8 bay miters over a bay window, and Service Partners had actually given me 5-inch bay strip miters instead of 6.
Yeah.
The job
Yeah.
had to get done today. I called you. and you walked me through on how to hand cut. And mind you, this is 4th month in business, and you
And
called
over
me
the
in
phone in the middle of the day, I was driving.
over the phone. You've taught me how to do bay miters. And I actually made a big post on my page about it. And you guys, if you guys go check out my Facebook page, you can scroll down a ways and you can actually see this house. And I looked at those bay miters. I still reflect back on those bay miters until this day, just to prove to myself that like you can do, there's limits that you can't hold yourself to, because you can exceed those limits every day. And that's that right there. That project was one of them that I will always reflect back on. I doubted myself very, very heavy on that. I told you that on the phone.
You knocked it out. I mean, it took like,
dude, I couldn't be more happy with how
10
it turned out. Like,
minutes
it
or
turned out so
so.
clean. Like,
I showed you the first couple, and you were like, "Oh, I got this. I'm straight. I'm golden." And
Yeah.
you sent me some pics, and I was like, "You nailed it."
Yeah, dude, it was cool. It was that was probably one of the biggest moments that I've had when it comes to the pride thing. Was that right there, 100%, dude. That was, that like I said, I mean, I still think back to that day, and it was I think that's what really started to fuel what we have going on here. Like,
Yeah, because I can't say it wasn't like that before you did that, because you were already highly motivated and inspired.
Yeah.
When you did that, it was like, obviously on a whole different level as a grown up.
Yeah, and it was, and motivation.
But the first time you take the training wheels off, these kids are cruising everywhere, and then they take the training wheels off. You hold their back a little bit, and then all of a sudden they're doing it by themselves. What do? They look back and they go, "I might not ever come back. I'm gone."
Right. And that's what I did, bro.
I
didn't never turn around from that. And like I said, I doubted myself. I was extremely, like, I was nervous the whole time doing it. I remember I cut the hell out of my finger doing it. I just kept going, blood dripping down the front of the gutter. And I'm like, I've got to get this right. I've got to get this done. And it came out, like, honest to God truth, I couldn't have been more happy with how that job turned out.
Cool.
But yeah, I mean, that all reflects back on the networking that I've made with you, being able to make that phone call that day. Had I not made that connection and that relationship, I wouldn't have been able to make that phone call and do what I did that day, So that really, like I said,
from there it turned into, I don't want to go down a long path, but then it turned into your partnership with our boys.
Yeah.
Right,
it absolutely did.
That's able to put a lot more money in your pocket.
Oh yeah,
and Spectra's the shit.
Yeah, and I mean, and you realize, dude, I was dealing with a lot of bullshit from Lansing. My other.
I already know. Yeah.
And they cost me. We looked at the numbers. They cost me $26,000 in just over 3 months in damaged materials and lost work. On their end of things, because we're always on top of that. And I remember. I mean, dude, they would They would deliver. This is the carport. One of the carport things. They would deliver damaged pans. There's one time I had to take these pans, and mind you, those pans are $3.67 a square foot. I'm getting 18-foot long pans. I'm getting 106 of them. Do the math on that. 36 of them. The one time I had to send back, completely damaged, dude. I'm talking. There was like, it looked like someone took a ball peen hammer and was like, it's just
they probably sat outside and got some hail or something.
There's
no hail in Florida. Networking is key. Having the cojones to reach out to somebody that's an expert or a professional, and I give. Well, we didn't have gutter growth at that time. That was beginning of last year.
No, that wasn't. That was even like a thing.
No, it wasn't. This was well before that, and you just reached out. That's cool. I'm glad I could help. Talk to me a little bit about the state of the seamless gutter market in Florida. And I know you know a lot about all of Florida, and obviously you're speaking for yourself. What do you feel? I mean, the economy, not necessarily like competition of what people are charging. How do you feel right now about the non-political economy? Like, you're gonna have a great year, or people are gonna be
I mean, we're in the
scared
we're in
and
the
worried
season
about
now.
Sleepy Joe or whatever.
We're in early spring right now, man. It's about to be rainy season here, and just in the month of June alone, it averages 24 days of rain in June and 26 days of rain in July. That's 53 days of rain in 2 months. So people are really starting to consider, we really need to get gutters on our place. You know, some people may have held off on it. You know, tax return season just came back, so people have some money in their pocket.
Yeah.
They, you know, they're unfortunately you do have those homeowners that do go for the cheapest people. You know, and I'll keep it a buck with you, bro. We're not the cheapest company out there, but our work reflects my price, and it
Yeah, the
always will.
value, you know your value.
Yeah. So and you know, just a little bit of advice to those guys out there that feel like they need to sell themselves shorts to land that work. Don't do it, because you're worth more than that. That's not the customer that you want to work for. You know, there's better customers out there that you just have to find them. So what you need to do is just go generate more leads, and you'll find that customer base that you need to target, and that's what we did. But as of economy wise, I think that this year we'll have a strong year. We plan on doubling what we did last year. That's the goal.
You care to
So
lightly just throw a light number on what you plan on doing this year?
over
Because I'm
two,
gonna hold you to it. Yeah, over
over
two.
two.
Because last year you had I'm so proud of what you did last year, man.
Yeah, and like I said, we had the storms, and it's supposed to be a
Yeah,
real storm. They're calling it a hurricane season from hell this year, but
let's
no, over
go.
two.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'd be willing to bet, and I want to, whenever you have a chance, let's, off the clock, let's take
yeah,
a look at some numbers, and I want to help you take that next step
yeah,
into, because I think you're more of like a 2.5 to 2.8 guy. I'm not saying you
yeah,
don't think you are, but
I don't,
that's
and I would never hold myself below that standard. And if I don't hit my mark, I'm not going to
that's
be upset,
okay.
because for a second year
Yeah,
company, those numbers are phenomenal.
come on now.
And listen to this. I want everybody to be mindful of this too. Last year when we put those numbers up, we had zero money in marketing, zero. I went out with a strategic game plan. I went and
Yep.
attacked roofing companies. And what I did for these, I knew how many roofs were destroyed during this hurricane. So I didn't even go try to sell jobs individually. I went
Nope.
to the roofing companies and I sold my company to these roofing companies. And I was doing subcontract work for $8 a foot for roofing companies. That's what you charge homeowners for 6-inch K style, you know? And we're getting that out of the roofing companies. So, and
Fabulous
we
margins.
still do that to this day. I actually just sent an email over to 6 other roofer companies the beginning of the week. So, you know, that's something that's going to be always a stronghold with us, is these roofing companies, because there's so many roofing companies here. But
Do you guys hear what he's saying? He went out and asked for the work. So it's okay if you guys are marketing and spending a ton, medium amount of money, whatever, that you're spending money on marketing. We call it a boomerang, but it's okay if you spend no money on marketing
yeah,
and you go self-promote and ask for the work. And now you can imagine if you spend money on marketing and you go ask for the work. That's
and
where Ryan's coming into,
yeah, and
right?
that's where we're at this year. So last year
Yeah.
we didn't have any money in marketing. We just got the trucks wrapped, the trailers wrapped, stuff like that.
Looks so
Just
good.
within the past like 7 months, 8 months. But before that, it was strictly, man, I had a beat up 6x14 trailer when I first got my machine, running out of this little trailer. You know, you could barely walk in between each side of the gutter machine when
Yeah,
you had,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, stuff in there. And you know, shout out to my younger brother, who I moved down here and he works for me, and dude grinded it out for me. There was times where we would have our setup, and mind you, we live 3 hours from there. There was
Yep.
no hotels available during this hurricane time, man. And we were sleeping at a pilot truck stop and showering there, because they didn't have any hotels available for us because of how many people were
Mm-hmm.
in town from the hurricane to do
Yep.
work. And we were sleeping in my truck um, at the
Pilot there,
pilot truck
yeah.
stop and
Yeah.
showering there.
Yeah.
I had two trucks break down on me. I had a Chevy Duramax that break down on me, and I had a 2018 Chevy Silverado that we had transmission went out. We went and bought the green truck and said we went
Now
and
you
dropped the
went
ticket.
Ram. Now you went Ram
We
and
went
never
and
went
dropped the
back.
ticket on the green truck. My fiance, you know, she was like, "Let's go get a new truck." She knew what
Yeah.
we were doing. She'd seen, you know,
Yeah.
she's seen what we were doing. She said, "Let's go get a new truck." We went and bought out on a truck and used that thing, worked the hell out of it, and
You had a couple, me and you both had a similar situation with the dealership. We don't need to go into that,
yeah,
but that
no,
was
yeah,
around that time, remember? And
yep.
now you're driving that green one is a monster truck. What is
Yeah,
that?
that's the personal truck now. We don't use it for work. That's
Yeah,
what I
no,
pull
and
up to
then
the
you got a
house and
beautiful fleet.
yeah,
Anybody, um, you know, gets a chance, just if not anything, just for this, because a lot of other gutter guys honestly don't care what the other gutter guy's doing.
Yeah.
But go check out his fleet, his wraps, the way that looks.
Yeah, and we put and you know, and we just made sure to just get a simple logo, simple design, but make it
That
big.
shit
When
ain't
they see
simple. That
something so
shit's
big, you know, like this logo
so
right here. I'm
loud. Yeah,
sorry, it's this logo's fire. You know,
yeah, yeah.
it's simple, it's noticeable. When you see
Yep.
RG exterior real big on the side of a trailer, and you see seamless gutters real big, you know, you don't need to have bullet points of everything that you do. You know, like we
No.
don't. We have seamless gutters, soffit, fascia, and more. You know,
Yeah. And that's your banner, right? So
yeah, and
anyway,
this is a banner,
that's
so it's not like
yeah,
this is anything, you know, that's, you know, and on our trailers, it's real big. You know what we do. We don't have to, you don't have to read a novel while you're driving behind us about to total your car, you know,
right,
just trying to
right.
see what we do. So
Tell them where you got the banners right now going. What event are you?
we are actually sponsoring, we're one of the main sponsors at Tampa Bay Rodeo and family event. Last year alone, they had 44,000 guests. And one of our banners is actually going on the main bucking chute, which is the center of attention on Saturday night.
So
Thousands of people
awesome.
are going to be there watching. We're going to be up there giving away T-shirts and koozies and stuff like that. You know, just trying to interact a little bit more with the community and involve ourselves more, and get that exposure. You know, because we never really got the chance to get that exposure up here our first year because we were so busy down in Southwest
Yeah,
Florida.
yeah,
So we lacked a little bit of being able to get exposed up here some more. But back to the marketing thing, you know, we had
yeah.
$0 in marketing, and it was word of mouth. And still today, if you want me to be honest with you, my phone rings probably 30 times a day for customers.
Yep, yep.
You know, we've got our banners, and I brought this up here, but people who think yard signs don't work, you're crazy. Listen, these things are freaking great. I can't tell you how many calls we get from yard signs, front and back.
That's where it's
you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we still use them every day. I get phone calls from them every day. And they're cheap. You know, people are spending, you know, $5,000 a month on ad spend. Yeah, you're making a good return. You know, but we're doing $20,000 work a month off of yard signs.
I want to say it's absolutely okay if you're successful and you don't have to spend money on marketing.
Yeah, but this year, that's why I set that
so
number
good.
so high.
Mm-hmm.
I set that number so high is because I want to take about 30% of what we're doing, and I want to dump that into marketing between ad spend, Facebook marketing, Google ads, a website, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to take a lot of freaking money and put it to marketing this year. And so that's why my numbers is where I kind of want it to be at.
Yeah.
So that's the plan for this year. And, you know, and a lot of great people out there to help you with that. There's a lot of people, you know, that just want to take your money. But so that's why I'm very, very slowly, you know, weeding through on what I want to do exactly, where I want to put my marketing money at. So
Mr. Pipeline. So
I've talked to him. We've actually talked. We had a really good conversation, and I told him, I said, once I make my decision, I'll be in touch. And that dude's websites, man, they're freaking sick. They're freaking off the chain, dude.
They're really cool.
So
let's touch base on what else. Like, so what you're doing a couple machines right now. Do you have any more plans for growth this particular year, or you think you're good right there and you're going to put your money into like a backhoe or an excavator or a slow skid steer, or what?
You seen that brand new John Deere skid steer I got? I'm ready to start getting into some of that Tech stuff that you're into.
Let's go. We'll walk.
So I was when I was in the oil field, I was an equipment operator, and I did that stuff in my sleep. So, and one of the guys that works for me, my father, you know, we have a lot of family that works for us.
That's good.
My dad, he was a master plumber. He's licensed certified journeyman plumber. So all of that underground drainage, storm drainage stuff, second nature for all of us here. So that's an avenue we're looking into taking.
Talk already, you know that.
Yeah. And then another thing, you know, there's some other business stuff I'd like to talk to you about that me and shout out Anthony DeSolis down there. Him and I was talking about partnering on something there. So.
Oh yeah, I seen this comment. I already know. I love it.
About it.
No, let's get you into it, man. I want to.
Yeah, that's something that Anthony and I talked about. We definitely talked about looking to possibly do a joint a little joint thing there,
You
which I think
should.
would be really cool, dude. We're two young dudes who got drive,
Yeah.
you know, and
Anthony's fired up right now, man.
yeah, dude, yeah, he's
He
ready to
he
roll, dude. I'm
actually
ready to roll.
messaged
Like,
me. I don't know if you told him. I didn't say anything. Not that I hide it, but I just didn't happen to mention it to him. But he messaged me right before um we were getting on, and he sent me a picture watching me and Tim's podcast that just came out. And
yeah,
I'm not gonna read what he read, but he loves it. I love it.
dude. I mean, dude,
I love
Anthony,
that we're
I
helping
can't
people,
tell
man.
you if I, you know, like I showed you how many. If I showed you how many times that me and dude call, you know, we talk on a phone a week.
Yes.
It's we share a lot of information.
So
Hell, the
good.
other day we was on FaceTime and I was in my polo going to meet with the customer. He was in his and for FaceTime. You know, I took like a little screenshot of it. It was funny. We're both
That's
driving in our
awesome.
polos. You know, he drives
I
a cool
think
truck.
I think it's so cool right now how the gutter industry is shaking hands right now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and
And
that's how it should
you
be. Like,
know,
you know, and I don't compete with anybody. I don't care what you guys are charging. I don't care what you're doing with your
yeah,
business.
yeah.
You know, the only person I'm in a competition with is what I did the day before. What numbers did I do the day before? I wake up in the morning. I'm in competition with myself. I don't compete with you guys, and I want to make that
Yeah,
clear.
yeah.
You know, and I'm the first person. You know, if something needs to be said, I'll say something. You know, I'm that
Right?
guy. I don't keep my mouth shut about stuff like that. But I will say that I'm, you know, we're not here to compete with you guys. We're not here for unhealthy competition. We're here to make this industry into something and get it out of what, you know, get it out of the rut and the bad talks about the industry. So you know, we're here to help, but just don't come on. You know, for instance, there was something on the gutter installer page that happened. You know, a guy actually in my town the other day, like last week. You know, I mean, you know that
Hi with
incident where
it.
he's
But yeah,
he
with it. That's wild. It's been like that for I've been in the industry a very
it's
long
just
time.
the fact that you think,
That's
you know,
yeah.
you don't have to. It made me feel like you think that we're dumb or something. You know, we're
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
And coming off as that type of person right there, I already know that I can't trust you now.
Mm-hmm.
Had you come on there and asked for genuine help, dude, you're 20 minutes from me. I'd have given you everything you needed. You need
Of course.
material, I'm gonna come bring you material, bro.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
you're short on something. I got you, bro. I got you. So little stuff like that, you know, but it's definitely a growing industry. I like the fact, you know, like Anthony, young guys like me and Anthony, man, starting to bring a little bit of swag into the industry. You know, you
Already.
starting to
You
bring a
know
little
what
bit of
it is.
swag into it. We're
Man,
having
we
fun with it,
keeping
bro.
we keeping
We're
it
having
fresh,
fun with
man.
it, you know. I mean,
We
I rode
came
up to
from
Gutter, bro.
I
I rode
came
up to
from nothing,
GutterCon.
man.
I mean, I rode up to GutterCon where rocking some Travis Scott sneakers and a big hoodie and some shorts. You know, like I was bringing a little bit
Yeah,
of swag to the
it was
industry, bro.
swag.
People
You
were
already
probably like,
know.
"Yo, who is this guy?" But
So
yeah, no, it's
people that might not be putting two and two together right now,
yeah.
and you happen to be at that event, Ryan came and picked me up at the airport, insisted, right?
What was we listening
Insisted.
to? I think we was bumping some boozy.
We were listening to some Boosie. He comes and picks me up in the dually.
No, I was
What
in the
size
green
rim?
truck, not the dually. I was in the
Oh
green
yeah,
truck.
yeah. You were in the green truck, which is a Ram 25 or
Yep,
35. Yeah, it's a
25.
25 on some, what are they? 30s, 32,
20.
36.
My wheels themselves are 26 by 16s, and then the tires are 37s.
And then what size lift?
8 inch.
I couldn't get it. Anybody that knows me, I need to have like a hip replacement and a shoulder. My shoulder is completely done, and so my right, you grab the handle. He didn't have like, and I don't either, but the standing boards or whatever. And I was so embarrassed I could not get in that thing. I mean, I played it off cool. I just chatted with you for a minute, and then I had to like psych
Bro,
myself
that's
up
everybody that gets in my
to
truck, bro. I
jump it.
don't
I
care.
could. I'm
I'm
like,
so
poor
used to doing it now.
Georgia.
People look at me like, "How do you get in that truck like that?" I mean, I'm 6'2". I got long legs. I just hop right
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
Now watching
So
other
you
people
picked
try
me
to get
up
in.
and you went and dropped me off at the thing, and then of course you came back. But so Ryan is the guy in the massive green truck, and
Do 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 the train horn.
yeah, you put the train horn on him.
Yeah. No, it's cool. And like I said, man,
So
we
any
have
more
fun with it.
toys? Any more
What's
toys?
that?
That's what my question was. Any more gutter toys or anything, or just you're gonna use what you got right now for probably the most of this year to make the 2+?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like
We're
that.
gonna I'd like to invest in, yeah, there's talks with Spectra about the seven,
Yep,
8 box combo.
yep,
That's something I'm super,
mm-hmm,
super eager to get released. Um,
yep.
do you
And
still got me
then
there?
yeah, and then
Okay.
Are you gonna? I see you put the boat up for sale. Are you gonna get a helicopter? Or are you gonna get another boat? And I'm dead serious.
Uh,
I know you
I mean,
don't
no, I
cap
was
on
dead
stuff
serious.
like that. Yeah,
My
I
fiance
know.
will be on here right now and tell you I was dead
I
serious.
already
I had some
know.
helicopters saved. Um, I'm a really
Are you
impatient
gonna
guy
go
with
with
that.
another
So I
boat
figured,
right now, right? You're just gonna do a boat
as
and you
of
sell
right
that
now,
one?
yeah, we've got another boat picked out. But if that falls through, then there's still talks of me buying a helicopter.
Yeah, I can't wait because we're out there and I think we've almost nailed it down. Kip and Brooke are coming too, so we're out there. I think in 3 weeks we're gonna out.
Yeah,
As soon as we do it, I want to make sure that either that time or the when we come back in like 3 weeks after that we get to go out on the boat or do something. I know you make some
yeah,
money.
absolutely. And the boat that we're looking at getting is a lot bigger than, and
Yeah,
we
what are you
had a
gonna
big
do?
boat before. You know, it's a
Yeah,
25
yeah.
foot. We're looking at
Dude, what are
getting
you
a
looking at?
28 footer. So,
Yeah, hell yeah.
but
And go ahead and shoot your shot real quick. And even if it's all taken, then that way people can just have it in the back of their mind and reach out to you. So Ryan has cattle, and right now
yeah,
he's currently, I don't know, you got any couple little spots left on the
we've
meat
got
grab or not really?
so we're gonna have two going out, hopefully, if once my butcher gets back to me, April 15th, and then two cattle going out then, and then one going out May 16th. My fiance and I, that's another thing we do here is we own a cattle ranch. We raise all of our own natural
Yep.
beef. So we're gonna be having halves and quarter shares for anybody that's interested. We can get shipping and stuff taken care of. That's not an issue.
Mm-hmm.
We'll flash freeze it and send it in cold packs. But so we do have, we are offering that to anybody that's interested. So yeah, if you guys are interested in that, go ahead and get a hold of me. You guys find my Facebook. It's just Ryan
Yep. Just
Yarian,
fine.
or get a hold of me on my business, on the business
Yep.
page.
Send him a
And then
message.
got a boat for sale too, super nice, brand new.
Tell
Asking
him. Go ahead.
120,000. Any of you guys out there looking for a boat? I got one for sale. It's top of the line. I've got $30,000 wrapped up in electronics on
That
it.
thing's
40 hours on the
badass.
motor. Badass boat, dude. Laid out. I'm
Yeah, it
asking
is.
120,000 for it, so I've got about 140 wrapped up in it, and it's only got 40 hours on the motor.
That
So,
thing's brand
any of you
new.
guys
Yeah.
interested? Come buy my stuff. We're trying to make money this year, not spend it.
Yeah, there you go. As he sells his $120,000 boat and buys a $175,000 boat, you deserve it. I love
Well,
it
this
for you.
one's paid off. We don't have anything
Yeah,
financed, so everything that
exactly.
we own is paid off. So we're gonna finance our new one and put
There you
put
go.
our liquid
You know what it
where
is.
it needs to be. So
Okay.
yep.
Okay. All right.
So that's
Well,
that on the.
no, that's gonna be golden. If you got one piece of advice for anybody starting out in the gutter industry, so obviously we own a coaching program, and a lot of those
Mhm.
people, those new guys, are gonna watch these podcasts
Yeah.
for the future, and they're going back and watching. What's your piece of advice for give
Um,
us
I mean,
piece
I'm
of
just gonna lay
advice
it
A and
down.
piece of
I'm
advice
just,
B?
Grant,
Yeah,
me. Me. I'm very transparent. I keep it real with everybody.
yeah,
Just be honest. At the end of the day, be honest with yourself. Be honest with what you really want. Is this what you really want to accomplish? And if it is, you put 150% into it. There's gonna be downfalls. Like, we all talk about the good successes that we've had with our businesses, but you guys don't know the nights where I was sitting there, in the beginning, like stressed how I'm going to pay my guy or two, or stressed
right,
about like
right.
how am I going to take care of my family. But you just got to believe, because it's going to come, and don't chase the money, man. Just don't chase the money. Um, chase what you want to leave behind when you leave this earth, because that money ain't going to mean shit when you're gone. That money's nothing, but the impact and the legacy that you leave behind is
Mm-hmm.
going to mean something to families for generations to come. So if you can leave them something that's going to make them millions when they're grown up, that
Yeah.
means a lot more than handing them over $100,000 on their 18th birthday.
Preach,
So,
preach.
but just don't ever give up, and don't be afraid to ask questions. That's what everybody's here for. I haven't been in this industry long, but I can go out there and I'll put my work up against 90% of these people works out there. I haven't, granted, I haven't done copper half round. I haven't done stuff like that, but anybody
It's
wants to go
coming.
out and run some K style, want to go run some straight face, let's run it. I will put my 2-year work experience up against anybody in the industry when it comes to that side of things. You just gotta want it. You gotta want it, and you gotta wake up that fucking beast inside you and go get it, bro. I mean, it is what it is. You're gonna have shit days. You're gonna have $5 days. You're gonna have $5,000 days.
Yep.
So
Yep. Ain't that the truth?
Yeah. You just got to wake up and want to go hang some fucking gutter, man, because we love it. We love it, dude.
What do you think one of the first one or two plays, obviously besides out getting a machine and this and that,
Mhm.
is what you should do when you're first starting out? Right now, you're opening gutter business tomorrow and someone calls you up and they, let's just say hypothetically, they don't need your advice, but they say, Ryan, which direction do I go first? What do I like when I say they don't want your advice? Like, you don't get 5 hours to guide them. You're busy, you're slammed, you're running your business. You say, man, is it get yard signs? Is it get some coaching? Is it get your baby mama involved? Like, what do you think the best?
I would
The
say
best play, network right away or get on a Facebook group? Like, what do you think?
yeah,
You know,
I would say involve yourself with, you become a product of your society. If you surround yourself with good guys in the gutter industry, you're gonna be a good guy in the gutter industry. So I would just tell them, surround yourself with the people that do really fucking good job at gutters, and involve yourself with that, and pay attention and take notes. That's what I did. I sat back and I watched and I learned and I wrote things down. And if you got a machine, practice at your house. Practice your miters at your house. Practice, take a piece of scrap gutter. Learn how to use your snips the right way. A lot of these guys are wondering why their gutters are dented and crinked and they're using the entire blade on their snips. Learn how to use your snips the right way. You learn what snip is for what side, but it's just the little things like that that make you stand apart stand apart from your competitor. So my best word of advice, honestly, would be to just surround yourself with people in the industry that want the best for everybody and that don't mind helping others out when it comes to lack of experience. So just involve yourself, get out there, involve yourself, put yourself out there, but just be honest about it. If you need to learn and you don't know stuff, ask. Asking questions does not hurt. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Well,
if you ask it too many times, right? It's okay to ask it a couple times.
But,
too many times.
If you genuinely don't know and you need to know and you want to know and your business relies on that, involve yourself with the people that know what the hell they're doing. Don't listen to the riffraff because you're going to get 100 different answers. Go to the source. Go to the source.
Go straight to the source.
Go straight to the source, and then you're going to be happy.
I don't have a problem saying that I am the source.
Grant is the source.
Come check us out at guttergrowth.com because we got some straight heat for you guys. And some people are blessed, like Ryan, my other buddy, Austin Pelletrino. I mean, like the list can go on, but these are two of the more recent guys that are just hit $1 million really quickly. And that was more what I would say, like private off the books coaching that we did, right? It just was available when you guys needed me.
Yeah. I mean, hell, I'll blow your phone up. You'd be like, dude, I can't talk right now. I'm like, all right, well, call me when you can.
Yep, absolutely.
I didn't care. I didn't care. Like, I knew you was a busy guy, but I had questions that needed answered, and I wanted to go to the source.
Yeah, I mean, not that there had to be any pride, but you just swallowed your pride and called me, and you
said,
yo, I need help.
And that's what you have to do.
I needed help. That's all you got to do.
You have to be, one thing to sum it all up, be coachable. Be coachable.
Be coachable. I like that.
Yeah.
Ryan, man, it was fabulous talking to you.
You're my bro. Dude, I can't wait till you guys touch down over here. We'll be picking you up at the airport.
We're gonna talk
soon. I'm excited to see you guys. Fiance's super excited to meet yours, so it'll be a good time, man. We're gonna have a blast. But yeah, no, thanks for having me on here. Like I said, I'm not a 10-year vet like a lot of these guys. We're second-year business, but you guys, we've got some really big things coming for you guys down here in the South. Some really big moves that we're gonna be making this year. So you guys keep an eye out. I'm so excited what you got. Yeah, dude, I'm super stoked. It's something that we're keeping closed off to everybody right now. It's something that we're working on privately.
When you told me, bro, I immediately said something to my wife, dude. I was like, Ryan's got, when the cat gets out the bag.
Dude, I'm telling you, when it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be cool. You guys will know, Grant's supporting me through it all. Grant's going to, and Grant's never going to support something that's not good for the people.
No, or I'll get away really quickly, because
but
I don't got a magic ball, but
and until it's something that, and not to ride Grant's wagon, but until it's something that he'll get behind and feel 100% confident with someone saying, yes, Grant told me to do this and I did it, and they're happy that they did it. They're not kicking themselves in the ass. Until it gets to that point, we're not going to talk about it. It's not going to be released. But once it reaches that point, you guys keep your eyes out. It's going to be huge, especially for everybody down here this way, Texas, all these southern states. It's going to be huge, man. I'm super stoked for it, bro. And that shit keeps me up at night, bro.
Here we go. That was what did Georgia think about it?
Dude, she's been 100% supportive. I mean, she's been on the phone, she's been sending emails, she's been, with the whole legality of things and whatnot. And, so yeah, 100% rider right there, dude. Georgia's 100% a rider.
She's down. Ryan, I appreciate you. Stay blessed. Stay safe.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate your service, man.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. I'll see you soon, bro.